Alright, welcome back to my channel today. Today I want to talk about the role of a church. I want to talk about the role of a church. What church? The role a church has to play in the life of a member. The role a church has to play in the life of a Christian. Because many people go to church, they just believe or they just think in their mind that they just have to go to church. They don't see church as a place that they can have, that the church have something to do for them. They think it's just for miracles and just to go to church and just receive miracles, just sit down in the chair, just to party or to just feel like, okay, I've gone to church. Understand? Just to go and warm their chairs and I've gone to church today. No, if you're going to church, there are things you should be expecting from a church, a true church. No, although today we'll have a lot of fake churches, we'll have a lot of people that are using church to manipulate people, to take their money and to deceive them. Because if you want to deceive a Nigerian, if you want to deceive a black man, you have to use spiritual things. Get my point? If you go spiritual, you can scam a Nigerian. Number one, if you are going to church, you have to have an expectation that this is what the church should look like. This is what the church should be like. For you to be able to say, yes, this is a good church. A church, number one, is supposed to help its members in different ways. And in this video, I'm going to mention a few ways the church can help you. The church is supposed to help people. Because a church is not just a place to preach Bible, and people should, after preaching, people should go. Get my point? A church, number one, should be able to help members who are financially down, who are incapacitated in finances, who cannot help themselves. You get? If you are going to a church and your church have seen that it's difficult for you to survive, they have seen it, they know that it's difficult for you to feed, that you're sleeping under the bridge, you don't have a job, you don't have something meaningful going on for you, and at the end of the day, the same church is telling you to give and give and give and give and give. Meanwhile, the pastor there have the capacity to help you. I get the point. Meanwhile, the pastor or whoever is in charge in that church can actually help you. You understand? But they won't. And all they do is to tell you to come to church, come and give. They are looking for who to give and you keep giving. Please don't get me wrong. There is nothing wrong in giving. Understand me? There is nothing wrong in giving. But when you are giving out of nothing, there is something wrong with that. When you are giving, you should be able to have before you give. I get to the point. You can't give what you don't have. You get my point? For a church to grow, to be a good church, they should be able to help members who cannot help themselves financially. At least for a little time, a church should be able to say, okay, this guy, we know that this guy is unstable. This guy don't have a job. This guy is homeless. We can help this guy to survive for now until he gets a job or until he finds something to do. These are roles of a church. You get? A church should be able to help somebody financially. A pastor or a congregation should be able to say, we're helping this person. If you go to a church and they are not willing to help you when you are genuinely in a financial problem, that's not a good church. A church is not about give. A church gives. In fact, the church gives more because that is what it's meant for. It's meant to help people. Get? Number two, a church should be able to build people to become who they ought to be. Do you understand? A church is meant to build people to become who they ought to be. What I mean is that, let's say you are just jobless now, or you don't have a skill, or you don't have a business. You're a young man struggling to survive. You don't have a future. You don't know you don't know what you are doing. You're just confused as a person. Going to a church should be the beginning of your growth. You understand? If you are going to a church, should be the beginning of your growth, because once you enter a church and you go there, you don't have a skill, you don't have a job, you don't have a business, you have nothing. That church should be the one to say, okay, we're going to help this guy. Let's build this guy. Because when a church builds you, that is when they have the leverage now and the opportunity to say, okay, you can give. That's why when you see most of these powerful men of God that have money, they are rich, it's not because of tithes and offering. It's not because of what the church are giving. It's because of the people that they have built, the people that they have helped when they had nothing. They built them. These people are beginning to make money. They begin to give to this man of God. They begin to give to this church, and the church is growing. You get, if you go to a church and you're struggling, you don't have a business, you don't have a job, you don't have a skill, you don't have anything, and the pastor cannot say, okay, go and find a job, I will do guarantor for you. Or go and learn a skill, I will pay for you. Or take this amount and start a small business and be doing. Let's see what God will do. Then that is not a good church. Yes, a pastor should be able to help people genuinely. Oh, please don't get me wrong. What I mean is people that are genuine. Because we also know that there's a lot of people that come to church with the idea of to come and reap the church. They have the mindset to say they're coming to the church to come and collect. The church has money, and that's what the people are using every day. The church has money now. The church has money now. My brother, you church has money. Even if the church has money, is it to just give you for nothing? Because you think the church has money, so they have to give it to you. That's a wrong mindset to use to come to a church. The church has money now, so that you go there, they should give you money. No. What I'm talking about is people that are genuinely broke and that are committed to the church. I know that people will get this wrong, but people that are genuinely in problem and they are committed to that particular church. Not that you are flying from one church to another and you think the pastor is foolish, that he come and help you. Tomorrow you will leave the church and go to another place. That's why we're advising people, stick in one church, be a member, be a committed member in a local church. It will help you a lot. Be a committed member in a local church. There is a benefit that comes with that. Because if you are jumping from here to there, from there to here, and nobody's going to help you. Yes, because pastors will test you. They want to know how committed you are. They want to know how committed you are. A pastor wants to know how committed you are, how serious you are with the church, how you are going to take the church things, before they can even say, okay, we're going to help you with this. This is why I'm making this video. My church helped me a lot. In fact, who I am today, before I even became a pastor, the church has contributed more than enough in my life. What they contributed to my life is not something I can talk. From accommodation to job to opportunities to a lot of things a church does to help people. And I've benefited from that. That's why I say, if you want to know a good church, it's a church that can build somebody from nothing to something. Don't just go to church because when you get there, they say miracle. They're going to do miracle. If you are praying for miracle, they're going to pray for you. You're going to make money. You're going to do this. Most of the things you are praying for is money that will solve them. And the money, the pastor has it, the church has it. Don't go there and be praying every time and know nothing is happening and you think it's God that is not answering your prayer. You think a pastor, churches are scam and pastors are scammers. Because you went to a church without having the right expectation and without being committed in the right way. So one, a church should be helpful in finances. Genuine financial help should come from the church, and the church has the capacity and they have the role to play in building people, the people that they want to remain in the church, the people that will become pillars in that church. The church has the capacity and the role to play to make them who they will be. Don't just go to a church for miracle or just to seek of something. You are praying for something and let something happen. If that is your aim, you will never get it right. That's all I have for you today. I will see you in my next video. Remain blessed and bye.